are not a fool. You are no fool whatsoever, and I know this, psychologically speaking. You are a very smart and intelligent person. You are a product of life, and you have a right to be here. Yes? You have a right to be here. The life that you live is meaningful to you because we couldn't have done this. You couldn't have done that. You couldn't even have the opportunity to be here if it wasn't for life. Right? So you are intelligent and you are smart. Why do I say this? I know this. Simple things, how do you know how to get something to eat when you are hungry? How did you even know that you are hungry? Right? How do you know that if, say for example, you take up a piece of rock, it has the nutrients that your body needs? How do you know that that is not right for you? So our mind has been clicking. Better you get some callaloo and some cabbage, piece of chicken, a banana. These things we know. Right? We know if we eat this, it's going to be tasty and it's going to be delicious. Right? Why don't we go to the sea to fill our water bottles and drink them? Right? Because we know that the sea has a lot of salt in it. These things we know. Right? And consuming a lot of salt is going to make you sick. First thing, you don't like how the seawater tastes. Right? It has a very high acid taste. So we don't entertain it. Right? We go to the river. We like the river water. It is fresh and it is refreshing and it is nice. So we go to the source. These things we know. Right? And we only know these things because we learn them through our ears and our eyes, which is our learning tools. Your eyes and your ears are the tools that you use to learn. Right? So now we get big now and we learn all of them that we know. We know how to eat, we know how to drink, and we know when we're hungry, etc. etc. Right? So we have dreams and goals for ourselves. We have ideas of what we want to be in this life. Right? That much we know. Because we set New Year's resolutions. So that much we know. Yes? We have our New Year's resolutions and we write them down in our cell phone. Some of us write them down in our books. I love books, so I write mine in books and I write mine in my cell phone as well. I say, why not both? Right? So I would like to have both because if I miss it here, I will catch it here. But outside of the vim, the vam, and the vivacity, let's stick to what we are saying. We don't educate ourselves about the things that we want to do. And that's one of the problems that we are having. We procrastinate, we find the most comfortable things to do, we find the easiest things, the things that can waste our time, and we have a body, we are healthy, and we have the energy to do the things that we are supposed to do. But somehow, it's a virus and it's a bacteria that is cluttering our mind, that's keeping us lazy. That's keeping us heading in the wrong direction. There are places that you were supposed to be that you are not there because you are not doing the things that you are supposed to do. You have to you have to make it a priority to take yourself to where you are supposed to be. It's not a joke. This is a very, very serious matter. The life that you live can be corrected if you are not heading in the direction that you are supposed to. And it all begins with how we program our mind. You have to hack into your brain. You have to hack into your brain and short circuit and override some negative thinking. And get a grip of yourself. Because it is you we're talking about, It is you and I from a psychological perspective, from a human perspective. It is you and it is I. And we cannot fake a good life because we are only setting up ourselves to live in the pain of regret. People do. People do fake a good life on a daily basis. Look at how they move. What the things that they do, you don't have to ask them anything. Look at how people are barely crawling and dragging themselves around. You know? Look at what the things that they get done. Because these things you can know. Some of it you can know. Whatever the product is that they are doing, whatever is it they are working on, it's going to be exposed after a period of time. That's why them say what in the dark must come in the light. If you live a full life and you're dead and buried, everybody going to start to look into the direction. After you're buried and gone, what did you do with your time? How do we remember this person? Right? What did this person do when they had an opportunity to do these things that they do with their life? Right? If you're dead at a very young age, then there's not very much that you could have done. But we live to this age. You know, we passed 20, we got 30. Right? We in our 30s, we got 40. And we keep on going on and on and on. But look at yourself. Colonel Sanders didn't make it until he was 60-year-old, I think. You can research it. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, that we love so much. It was an idea. It was somebody's idea that they want to bring this to life, and he was walking around and telling people that he had the best fried chicken. He told himself that he had the best fried chicken. Yes? And look at KFC today. Look at KFC today feeding millions and billions of hungry people. Because this is some of the places that we go when you are hungry. Right? And based on some laws that the government have in place, you know, they have to have sanitary measures in place and they can keep the place clean. So you go anywhere around the country and after your yard, one of the cleanest places that you can think of to find something to eat. Yeah? So, just an example. That man didn't make success until he was 50, 60 years old. I don't have the accurate number in my head right now, but somewhere that he was a full-grown man when he started his chain line of success. So it doesn't matter where you are. It's about what you do and how programmed are you and what are you programming yourself to. What are you telling yourself that you can achieve? What more can you do with the time that you have? So anywhere you are, if you're 10-year-old, you just get little sense. 15-year-old, you have little sense. 20-year-old, you have sense. 30-year-old, you have sense. 40-year-old, you have sense. 50-year-old, you have sense. 60-year-old is a fully mature man. Understand? So once we can understand some things about ourselves and we use our ears and our eyes as a tool to learn some things about ourselves, then you start to act differently. You start to do things differently. You start to do the things that you are supposed to do. Because why? You are educating yourself about the things that you are supposed to do. It doesn't take a rocket science mind to understand this, but we have to get a grip of ourselves at some point. Yes? But I choose to start my journey from now. The earlier the better. Or when you catch yourself, which is the earliest part. So the earlier you catch yourself, you're better. You start to work yourself. You use the energy that you have inside of you. You're going to get old and worn out whether you work or not. You're going to get old and feel some pain and barely can move when you get old. You know, so it's best you work out yourself and try to keep your body as healthy as it can. Burn some sweat. Burn some calories. Right? Being lazy is not a much benefits of your body, even if you don't eat the worst. Right? So we have to get up. We have responsibilities. We have duties to execute. We have dreams to be lived. We have ideas that needs to come to life. Things inside of our head, thoughts inside of our head that needs to come to reality. So now is the time. It's January 14 and the clock is ticking as you blink at January 15. And then as you look around again, it's February. And then statistics survey is going to show again that 80% of the people forget about them dreams in February. And that is madness. It's madness, right? We have 2 feet, 2 hands, a nice body that God gave us that we can do anything that we want to do. We go to the party, we have some fun. We go to the beach, we have some fun. You know, we go to the restaurant and we have some fun. We go to the hotel and we have some fun. And we take a trip to America or Florida or Africa or UK or wherever, and we come back and we have some fun. But outside of everything that you are doing, what are you doing for yourself? What are the marks that you are leaving in life? What kind of product have you become? How developed are you based on the experience that you've got this far? And if you don't think you have enough experience, then you need to go and get some experience. Get your hands dirty. Just don't fall too deep. Don't do anything that you have to spend the rest of your life in a prison. Right? Or don't try to set up yourself to lose your life before time. So align yourself with your dream. And if you are supposed to, say for example, get into some trouble, get into some good trouble then, trying to achieve something with your life. Yeah? If you should die, the best place to die is on on the journey to heading towards your dream. Heading towards your success. On the road to success, that means you are minding your own business. So if you should depart, you would minding your own business. You wasn't being a bother to anyone. Right? So we have to take up ourselves in our own hands, hold ourselves accountable, hold ourselves responsible, and do the things that we are supposed to do based on how you educate yourself. Because we all can't be doing the same thing at the same time. That's not a law of life. It doesn't work like that. So we all are individual and we have to do individual work in order to make our lives a better place. Yeah? It is individual work doing this. It's individual work. The lawyer has to do their part. The judges have to do their part. The police have to do their part. The nurses have to do their part. The doctors, the teachers have to do their part. The pastors have to do their part. The members of the church have to do their part. The worshippers have to do their part. So we do the things that we program our mind to. So we end up where we program ourselves. Yeah? The mason, the carpenters, the dentists, you name it. The tailors, the dressmakers, the farmers, the mechanics. We all have to do our part. So we align ourselves towards our dream and we develop ourselves to the best version of ourselves based on what we think we can become. You can become anything that you want to be. It's not a joke. It's a very serious way of life. You can become who you want to be. You can do the things that you choose to do. If you choose to waste time, then that's what you're going to do. Yeah? So we have a lot of things to talk about. You have books to write, we have TV shows to come alive, just like mine. Yeah? So we have a lot of work to do. Someone's life is tied up inside of your dream. So if you don't do the things that you are supposed to do to bring your ideas to life, then you are twice defeated. And you are going to rob some people that was supposed to be working for you, that they can generate cash flow to invest in their dreams. So it is very important that we do what we are supposed to do and stop farming fool of ourselves. We have to get a grip of ourselves. So this is 2024, this is January 14. And the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. So start with a pen and a piece of paper if you haven't done that yet. That's a good way to start. It's a mind programming way of taking our ideas out of our head into reality. When you write it, you can see it. And remember, we learn through our eyes and our ears. So when you write down some things for yourself, you can see it. You can say, yes, this is me. This is who I want to become. And you continue to remind yourself. You remind yourself and you remind yourself and you remind yourself. Right? So make we stop waste time and catch yourself from where you are and start with what you have. We have so many things to talk about. This is just a part of it. This is World School Jamaica Foundation and the JPF, the Jamaica People Foundation. And we are working hands on hands. We are working side by side, and we can build our dreams together. We can build our dreams together. We can build our dreams together. Let's grow. Join the movement. This is just a part of it. There is more. God bless you on your journey. We will talk again.